Hello friends, my name is Katie from Eternal Flame, and today I am so excited to share with you all a talk through and I guess flip through of my A5 size take a note in 2023. So if you're interested in hearing about what I've been loving about this planner and how I've been using it, please stick around. Thanks everyone. Before we get right into the meat of this video, I did want to take this quick moment to thank y'all so very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, I very much appreciate your time and would appreciate it if you enjoy this video, if you let me know by giving the video a thumbs up and making sure you're subscribed. Alrighty, so I guess some background information. I purchased this A5 size take a note in 2023 or in 2022 in preparation for 2023. For several reasons. So I have many planners. In 2022 I became obsessed with Hobonichi planners. The Hobonichi cousin is rather expensive. It's anywhere between I think $60–$65. I guess it also depends like what country you're buying it in, so possibly less plus shipping. So I decided to get this take a note. At the time that I purchased this, I purchased it from Amazon for $35. I will disclose the caveat that I think this planner is pretty hard to find and get your hands on. So I decided that in 2023, because it was so difficult to find, that I was going to use this as my personal planner as opposed to sharing it on the World Wide Web, because I was afraid that folks would get frustrated or sad even if they weren't able to get the same planner if they were interested. So I do apologize, but I did ask, and some folks asked to see how I've been using it, because some folks did end up getting this as well. So I guess if you enjoy this and have difficulty finding it in 2023, hopefully you'll be able to get your hands on it in 2024. All right, so because it's my personal planner, I won't be able to show you the weeks previous or prior, but I wanted to film this section now just because I haven't gotten into it, so there's nothing too personal in here right now. I've kind of been pretty careful with what information I put in, knowing that I would be filming this video. All right, so I guess starting off with the Tomoe River paper. So this has Tomoe River paper similar to the Hobonichi planners, except it's thicker, which I absolutely love. I love the cream color of the pages. It's not too white, not too cream. And so I'll just show you a quick comparison. I think it's cream because it doesn't look like a harsh white. This is the cream paper of the Hobonichi weeks here, so you can kind of see. And you can see how, I guess, weathered, especially because I had so many boo-boos in the spread, but weathered the paper gets in the Hobonichi planners as opposed to the Tomoe River paper of the tan or take a note planners here. So I also have here a sample of the 2024 Tomoe River paper because I used it as my legend for 2023. And the reason I brought this up was because I tried to shave down my vast collection of pens and supplies to simplify my setup in a bunch of different planners in 23. It worked and it didn't work because I'm still picking up supplies. But what I wanted to show you is that I set my goals for 2023, and then based on those goals I decided to color code, I guess, my goal setting for 2023. And so I have, for school, I have this purple color, which is my school colors, and then for work I have gray. So in the weekly view here on the left side, for those of you who aren't familiar, I'll just go over it very quickly. So the take a note, I'm going to compare it to the Hobonichi cousin. So the Hobonichi cousin has monthly, weekly, and daily spreads. So the take a note does not have the dailies, and their weekly spreads are actually divided into 4 different pages, so 2 2-page spreads, as you can see here. So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this extra space here has the monthly view as well as the weekly view, similar to the Hobonichi week's weekly layout, as you can see here. So I just wanted to share that with you all. That's slightly different. I love it so much. I love the color of the paper. I love the size of the grid, and I love the, I guess, the color of the grid and the font as well. The font is a little small, but I've gotten used to it for sure. Definitely need pretty good lighting. I think when you're planning, which I mean you should always have anyway. Before we get right into talking about the rest of the spread, I wanted to share with you all that I got complimentary covers for my weeks and my A5 size take a note for 23, which I absolutely love. I think they complement each other pretty well. They're not exactly the same, not too matchy. It's so soft and definitely have like a handcrafted feel to them, which I love. All right. So now getting into the planner itself, I haven't just barely started to fill it in. I have some of my prototype stickers that I'm hoping to eventually post on Etsy, but haven't quite gotten there yet. All right, so I try to keep it super simple and just use my minimal amount of supplies to set these up on a weekly basis. So using my Tombow dual brush pens in both this purple, dusty purple color and gray color, I mark the days that I'm going into the office and the days that I'll be in class. Here in this weekly view, I like to save this weekly view section here for the major events in my week, major appointments similar to my Hobonichi weeks, but I keep it very clean. I try not to use too many stickers in here, because I want to keep it as a sacred space, like for all of my ideas, like a brain dump space. And as you can see here, I'll talk about that in a second. So I'm trying to keep it cleaner of stickers, I guess, and less decorative than my other planners, because I have so many planners for that. I figured I just needed one for my thoughts. And actually the one for my thoughts is not this planner. Hold on, let's see if I can share that with you all too. So I can't show you a flip through of this one because this is also my personal planner that I won't be sharing on the World Wide Web. But I also purchased this 5-year Hobonichi planner, or diary, planner diary, for 2023, for 5 years. And I've just been taking a little, like 5 minutes every day to journal about how I've been feeling, what I did, and all the things like that. So this is where my deepest thoughts go and not quite here. What goes in here is really to drive productivity, to keep track of my appointments, things I need to get done, bills I need to pay, and all of the great ideas that I have. I'm just calling them great ideas, but like brain dump space. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It gives me the opportunity to practice my hand lettering and things like that. So the first thing I do is populate the section here. Then I take my Tombow hard tip brush pen and I just use it to create 5 bold dots on the top here, just above the 6 every day of the week. I typically only set up the 2-page spread at a time, so when I get closer to Wednesday, I will probably go ahead and set this section up here. Then I like to take my actually fine tip Pilot Vanishing Point pen here and write BLD for breakfast, lunch, and dinner right below, so I can track my meals and do meal planning, which is something my husband and I are making a very honest effort at this year. Not sure how successful we've been, but we're definitely trying. I also like to use this space as an experimental space. So as you can see here, I was really excited to test out my brand new Hobonichi stamp that I picked up with all of my 23 planners. And so I just took the opportunity with my Craft Smart ink from Michaels to test it out here. I'll probably see if it works for me. If not, I'm sure my husband would be willing to adopt it. I actually had given him a couple of these from Daiso, these little sticky notes, and he actually asked for more. So I'm planning on giving this to him and just using this myself. But to be honest, I'm a little hesitant to track my expenses because I spend a lot. So I prefer not to do that. But anyways, long story short, yeah, really fun. So I just did that here, and then also what I like to do here, I don't know if you can see the take a note. Yeah, I think you can in this lighting, has like this shaded area here around lunchtime from 12 to 1, and I love to use that space to separate my page. And what I've been doing is just using my Pentel Clenna, Energel Clenna here, to just randomly practice this hand lettering here to write headers. And then I use some of my mile liners in the neutral colors that I picked up all of these on Amazon to just frame it out and create a spot for all of the lists that come to mind, I guess, at random times of day. So one time I use it for a wish list, one time I use it for an idea list for YouTube videos and things like that. So that's what I've been using it for. I also like to pair it with my Zig Clean Color dot marker in either fawn or platinum to create like little check boxes. So in this case, I used it as a package tracker. I placed an order, for example, for some rings that I'm hoping to share with you all. So excited for that. That's definitely part of the goals in 23. So when it does arrive, I didn't leave myself enough space, but that's okay. I'll probably place it down here, the date it arrives, and then I'll check it off here. Yeah, other than that, the very last thing I like to, because this is my safe space, I also like to use this planner to inspire me and give me that safe place to doodle. And so you'll see that here. I was trying to do it once a day, and as you would imagine, I fell off the wagon, as I have with like all of my planners. So when I can do it a few times a week, I feel quite accomplished. So you'll see here, I just doodled a little flower here, and I'm hoping that it'll encourage me to be more creative and have that creative outlet in this safe space, and just kind of work on my skills. Lastly, before we close up for the day, I did want to share with you all that I purchased this little planner. I think it's a Midori planner, yes, from Jet Pens, and it has all the kitties. I thought it was the cutest thing in the world. I don't know if I shared this with you all, but I actually got it for my friend, and then decided to get myself a matching one. I didn't realize that it was all in Japanese, so that's fun. But I thought they were so cute because they're like illustrated kitties, and I love kitties so much. So what I did when I first opened it up, I used my broken Pilot Vanishing Point fountain pen to write the months in, so that I knew what month I was looking at the very least. But I wanted to share with you all, like in the back, it has like personal memo about like your address and stuff. It has some grid sheets here. It has a map, I think, of their metro system. And then also how to draw kitties, which I thought was so cute. So hopefully one day I will have enough time to reference this and learn how to draw my kitties in the Take Note. Anyways, friends, thank you so very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, I hope to see you all again soon. Bye, everyone.